how this works, there might be some audio issues in the beginning. I just checked my audio quickly to see if it was working. Okay, it is. Quickly jam up the credits. Plus this introduction cutscene happened. This is my second recording of the day and my third recording overall for this video. For some reason, if I do a certain thing with my controller, it'll go to a menu and restart the entire game. Which is what happened in the first video, which has happened to me again. However, I think I understand what caused this, so I just sort of have to be careful when I put in extra credits or put in extra tokens. I guess the combination of that does something in the emulator and causes it to not necessarily glitch out, but do something I don't intend to do. Oh well. That's the first time I'd fuck up. Now, I am recording this the same day I recorded a bunch of other videos. I don't want to record this when I am on a work day. I don't want to rush this recording because although I do intend to do this video successfully in one sitting, I don't expect this game to be terribly long, but it might be an hour. Generally, these kinds of arcade games are about a half hour to 45 minutes tops, in my experience, but that doesn't mean this game is going to be that long. I'm hoping this game's going to be about a half hour. For me, 45 minutes for these sort of games are just stretching the length a bit too long. And an hour just is sort of, what the hell are you trying to do? Especially if I were playing this in an actual arcade where I was expected to pay each time I put in a token or a credit. Like an hour is just milking my quarters far too much. But oh well. And my phone just dinged. Fortunately, my phone is in my other room. I am in the process of, ever since my roommate moved out, massively cleaning and rearranging the apartment. I am thinking of having my bedroom turned into more of an office, and because I cannot stress enough just how antisocial I am, turning what is supposed to be the living room into more of a bedroom. We will see how that works out. I might move it back to the way the sort of apartment designer wanted it to be. Not to forgive me, I was scratching my nose and an enemy came up behind me. But oh well. Thinking of doing that, and I cannot stress enough, I am by no means, I don't intend to have any company over to my apartment unless it's a necessary thing, like someone needing to pick up mail, which is still happening. Which won't be too bad if it wasn't for the fact that to people who are expecting the mail keep texting and phoning me every day. Is there mail? Is there mail? Is there mail? No! No! There is no mail. You know why there is no mail? Because there is no mail. I'll tell you when there is mail. Stop fucking texting me. I will let you know when there is mail. You do not need to bug me every fucking day. Especially phone me. And send me a text. Oh, you didn't answer the phone. I guess there's no mail. Of course there's no mail. If there were mail, I would have let you know. You will not have had the fucking phone me. Fucking asswipes. Fucking bitches. But oh well. I mean, I just ignore him. And I cannot stress enough, I ignore them. I have told them on multiple occasions you do not need to text. I will let you know if there is mail. And both of them still keep texting and phoning me. And so I'm just going to ignore them until they either takes a hint or no mail comes in and they finally realize, oh, I guess there's no more mail coming in. Not that I ever see that happening. But frankly, as I said, I am by no means a people person. I hate my phone. I only have it for... At first I had it for publishing related reasons. Now I have it for work related reasons. That's really it. Like... A phone to me is not a luxury item. It is a cursed item. I have always hated phones. Fortunately, phones have call display now, which is great. Before phones had call display and someone will phone, I'd be going, oh crap, who is it? I don't want to answer, so I wouldn't. And then when call display did happen, it was sort of a, lovely, now I can know who I'm ignoring. I just do not like people, and I do not like people phoning me. And I definitely do not like the fact that people can phone or bother or text me wherever it is I go. I like leaving my phone at home, but will confess that I now no longer do, and be it for no other reasons than one thing about the city I do live in is their bus stops will have a number and sort of code for the bus route. And it'll tell you how long the I'll wait for the next bus to arrive, and if it's bus stop with multiple bus routes, it'll tell you what bus route's coming. Which to me is great, because that way I know how long I have to wait. I don't know why that's important to me, especially depending on the route I'm taking and when I'm taking it, like if I'm going to work or what have you. It's just sort of I know the bus schedule basically by heart. But it's always nice to have that confirmation, I guess. Maybe it's something to do with me being the autistic that I am, but it's nice having the numbers and what have you. And what are we gonna check? Okay, the buttons do a different attack. Okay. I'm just gonna... Damn it, I got one that's not full auto. But it's the 3-attack one, which is a nice bonus because I like it. I know there's one that I think is homing missiles, but... Unless it is a jet fighting game or a jet simulation game. Or space simulation like Star Wars TIE Fighter or X-Wing or what have you. Like games like this where you're not in a fighter or a mech or what have you. Homing missiles have always seemed extremely ridiculous for me. Or to me, sorry. It's just sort of a what's the point? First off, you have unlimited ammunition anyway, so it's not as if you're going to be wasting a missile if you miss. So homing missiles have always sort of seemed ridiculous in regards to that aspect, or in something like a jet fighting game or space fighter simulation game or what have you. Because you have limited, if not limited ammunition, at least limited missiles. Yeah, I can understand why a homing missile will make sense there for no other reason than, well, I mean, they're singing real jet fighters, so why not have them singing space simulation fighters as well? But games where you're just pretty much shooting a missile launcher. Actually, now I feel like putting on a caveat. Games where you're shooting a portable missile launcher and you're shooting, it's like a tank you're shooting at, or maybe a helicopter or a jet. Yeah, I guess those games, homing missile will make sense. But then again, in those games, those are very, like, mission-specific games to begin with, so chances are you're only going to be having that particular weapon when the need arises for it. Arcade games like this require a lot of homing missile because you have unlimited ammunition. And it's a game where most of your shots are going to be missed anyways now. Who knows, maybe there's at the end of the game stats at the end that tell you your accuracy. That might be related to your final high score, and if you basically want to... Oh, I thought they were coming in from above, not below. But if you wanted a high score, I guess homing missiles will be useful as more for the accuracy bonus, I guess. But even if I were playing this in a real arcade, and I had the money to spend to complete the game, I've never given a damn about a high score. Same when I rented video games, I never cared about having a high score. I play the game to play the game, you know? Okay, I guess these aren't homing missiles. I could have sworn there were homing missiles in this game. Maybe I was mistaken. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. What do I know? But oh well. Ooh, okay, this bitch seems nasty. Oh, here's an offensive topic that I'm gonna bring up just to sort of get a public opinion about. When I usually call a woman a bitch, I actually mean it as a compliment, you know? Like, which I know sounds very bizarre, But here's the truth. I like bitches. And I don't mean I like bitches as in I like woman and blah 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 blah. I mean I like a woman who's a bitch. Not a big bitch, not a complete bitch. But a woman was just enough bitch to stand up for herself and not take any shit. I honestly like that. You know? Like, generally speaking, when I maybe not call a woman, because chances are they're going to take it offensive unless it's someone I have that sort of relationship with. But generally speaking, when I think a woman is a bitch, I mean it as a good thing. Now, if a woman is being bitchy, that's a little different. It sort of depends on context and what have you, but like, I don't want a woman who doesn't have at least a little bit of a bitch streak in her. I don't respect that. I like a woman who can stand up for herself. Now, bear in mind that when I say I like a woman who can stand up for herself, I'm not talking about, like, for me to date, because I cannot stress enough, I don't date. And I refuse to do the casual sexing, the fuck buddy thing. One of my rules in life is I refuse to use a woman like a masturbational tool. I've always found that repugnant. So I'm not going to do it myself, even if, I hate to admit it, but even if as of lately, they're willing to be one. Not sure what happened in regards to that, but what do I know? I've been not as well. First off, I've never been much of a dater even when I did try to date, if no other reason than I was definitely morbidly obese and ugly. And pretty much very few, if any, women wanted me, and in all honesty, I really don't blame them. But now it seems like so many women are just willing to go, okay, he's cute or sexy or whatever, I'll drop my skirt for him, or drop my pants for him. And although even if I was an attractive man back when I was interested in dating, just judging by the attitude of every woman I knew and what the guys would say, that was not a common thing back then. That was frankly a very uncommon thing. It was sort of a rarity. Now it seems to be the norm, and all I can really think of is, what the hell happened? What's going on? But I feel a rant coming on that I really don't want to say. If for no other reason, I guarantee YouTube will scrap the video for offensive content. So I really, like, scraps a video for offensive content. Unless you are using extremely, I shouldn't say extreme. Unless you are using racial slurs or the like, don't scrap the video for offensive content, okay? People have the right to be offended. People do not have the right not to be offended. That's an awfully huge privilege right there. The right not to be offended. Like, there isn't a day that goes by, and I almost thought that I had to do the recording over again. Fuck me, but There isn't a day that goes by where I'm not offended by someone. I just keep my offense to myself. Because, frankly, no one's gonna care about me. And I don't expect anybody to change their behavior, change their way of thinking, change their lifestyle because it offends me. That's not how the world works. I have the right to be offended. You have the right to be offended. The people I'm offending have the right to be offended. No one has the right not to be offended. Now, there are certain offensive things like racial slurs and certain words that I just do not use. And even if you're one of those people who agree with me a bit too much on the right not to be offended, people don't have the right not to be offended. Generally speaking, if it offends me, I'm not going to say it. But here's what I really love about the right not to be offended thing. I'm a high-functioning autistic, I admit it. And generally speaking, when people know I'm a high-functioning autistic, and I am in the room and someone doesn't even call me or insult anybody else by saying retard, and I'm going to say retard because I don't think it's an offensive word. I'm not going to use the R word if I am going to say a word. If I'm going to make you think a word you may not want to think, I'm going to say the word that I don't want to say. That's the way I like it. If you're going to make me think a word I don't want to think, have the decency and say the word that you don't want to say. But anyway, if someone says retard or retarded and someone in the room suddenly freaks out, oh my god, he's autistic, you might offend him, blah 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 blah, like, here's the damn truth. The person who said retard did not offend me. If for no other reasons, then chances are, even if that person thinks I'm retarded, I guarantee you my opinion of them is significantly lower than their opinion of me. And I don't give a damn about the opinion of idiots. If they think I'm retarded, I don't care, because I guarantee you I think of them significantly worse. But if someone says retarded, and someone else starts freaking out thinking I'm going to be offended, people who get offended for me offend me. Like, fuck you and fuck off. You don't know how I feel. How dare you presume you know how I feel. Shut your damn mouth and stay out of my way. Don't get offended for me, especially when I don't even care. Piss off. But then again, I kind of stress enough that kind of people who tend to do this are people who just, like the stereotypical social justice warrior, where you can't say anything for fear of offending someone or for fear of offending them. Shut up. If I say something, there's a person in the room who actually has the right to be offended by what I say, I will listen to them and I will try to change my behavior. But if it is someone who is just going, how dare you say that, someone else might get offended, I'm not going to change my behavior for someone else who might get offended. I didn't offend that someone else, I offended you because you're worried I might offend someone else. Fuck you and fuck off. Like with the, and I hate bringing this up, it's the racism thing. Black or African American? person I have spoken to who is authority on the topic has said they either do not care or black. So I say black and I don't say African American or African Canadian or blah 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 blah. But every time I say black in regards to a individual, it is always a white person who gets offended, never a black person. Right. Shut up. You know? Just you're getting a it's like they're getting offended for the sake of someone else. Like, I'm gonna get offended for somebody else. That's awfully presumptuous of you, isn't it? Like, it's when someone says retard and they get offended on my behalf. Like, that's extremely presumptuous of you. What kind of an ass are you where you'll presume I'd get offended, so you decide to get offended for me? That's awfully arrogant of you to assume you just know how I'd feel, when in all honesty, I just don't give a damn. And also, context. 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 Everyone says, someone says retard or retarded, even if it is something, like, there are times a person will say retard or retarded. I'm not going to get offended, but I know it's something that people will assume I would get offended by. And then there are times where I just, due to the context, knows that it's just not directed towards autistic people. You know, context is a huge thing. Okay, I shoot this guy. So I'm going to stay here and tank and shoot this guy. Like, that's another thing that people just need to understand, context. Like, I could use a great example of context right now, but I am not going to get specific because it will get this video blocked and possibly get me banned from YouTube. The Spanish word for black can also be used as an offensive slur. Context, people. Context. A bitch can be a female person who I either like or is acting like a bitch. It can refer to a female dog. Context, people, context. Not every time a person says bitch, they are not even talking about a human being. They might be using the literal original definition. Context, people, context. And if me as an autistic person can understand the context of when someone says retard or retarded or what have you, so can other people. I mean, to put it, this is a homing missile, damn it. To put it ever so bluntly, when it comes to context, if me as a person who is supposed to be the retard can understand the context of the situation, so can everyone else. What's their excuse? Context. Now watch this video get banned because I keep saying retard. Even though it's the words that I'm supposed to be offended by, I'm just not offended by. Other people get offended by it for me, which may very well be why people complain and this video gets taken down. But then again, given the context of the situation, if certain people can use certain words because they basically takes a word for themselves, as an autistic person, I can take retard for myself. Context. Is this supposed to be the Queen? How long have I been recording? It's possible this is the end of the video. Though as far as... Actually, no, you know what, now that I think about it, there might be another form to the Queen. This is an alien game after all, but... If this is the final boss, I mean, keep in mind I am tagging it and I have unlimited tokens, and it is doing a hell of a lot of damage. I am even into the chain, which I'm was assuming gives me some sort of armor, though it may not. It's killing me in about 3 hits, but I don't know, if this is a Queen boss fight, then again, I do see that. I did just see that, which I was going to point out before it got pulled away, so terrible timing on my part to point it out, but am I supposed to? I guess not. Oh, I was thinking maybe I'm supposed to go down the ladder. But oh well. Push shoot. Push shoot. Push shoot. Push shoot. That was the final boss, wasn't it? Alright, not as long as game as I originally intended. Relatively fun, though the final boss fight, while difficult if I were playing in an arcade and had unlimited tokens, or it cost me money to put in a token every time. I was kind of hoping for a much more epic Queen. Significantly more epic Queen, like... I could have sworn there were boss fights that were more epic than that Queen. Like the Queen shall have not taken off half the screen, but in at least regards to height, been as tall as the screen. The Queen was about as tall, maybe a little more than my machine thing. I'm ending the video here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care and bye.